Hi, welcome to your practice. Today you'll need a chair and a blanket. And remember to dress warm in these practices. It's nice to be a little extra warm and comforted. So it's not a heat building practice. So let yourself start the practice nice and cozy. And then we'll start by stopping. So you have your setup with the chair in front and the blanket folded so that your pelvis can lay on top of this. You might need to just pull it away just a wee bit and then come on over onto your side in a fetal position. So just simply laying on your bottom edge of your body. And then from here, just reach behind you and notice where your blanket is. And then you can grip a hold of your blanket if you'd like, and then just simply roll. Hang on to the blanket a wee bit, and you can bring your heels into the chair and just press and let yourself inchworm your way over so that your calves can hang out, your knees can splay wherever they want to bend, however long your legs are. You might have to inchworm up or down. And let the body settle here. A little rock and roll to the back of the skull. And once you have the gist of any of the movements in our practice today, you'll close those beautiful eyes so that you can witness and discover what it feels like from the inside out. Relax through the jaw. Let it sink and soften. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose. Notice how the shoulders settle, the weight of one and then the other. Sweep your awareness, your attention, all the way through the spinal column, right where you're settled onto the blanket. A little bit of elevation, a little height. And what does that feel like? Take a few deep breaths, noticing how your pelvis feels. Notice the breath here. In through the nose and out through the nose now. And as we nasal breathe here together, cultivating this victorious feeling through the Ujjayi breath. So notice how you feel on the inside. This breath can calm the body as you drop into the parasympathetic nervous system of stay and play. You might feel a little more restful. It can also feed the body exactly what it needs, a little prana, a little of that energy. So you might feel a little more woken up, alive, from the inside out. Sometimes you might hear a buzz, feel a hum. Notice how you feel through your practice. Invite the practice within the practice that suits you. So if I'm going on to 1, 2, 3, or 4 times doing something, you might want to dial it down. And if you're in a lot of pain, you can visualize the whole entire flow. It's a very wordy practice. because I guide you methodically, deliberately through the body as best you can at this moment. So if you're experiencing a lot of pain, lack of mobility, discomfort, whatever it is for you, whatever you're experiencing, big or small, just simply notice. Back off a little bit and explore and have some fun. So go ahead and notice the legs all the way to the toes as you breathe in and out through the nose. And then now we'll start directing the breath. So on your next natural inhale, fill up the belly and feel the fullness of the belly expand. And as you exhale through the nose, let the awareness float upward into where you think the middle of the brain might be. Feel the inhale gently fill up the belly and maybe the weight of the pelvis. As you exhale, the lightness floats up, an effervescence feeling in the head. So feel your way through this breath. Exhaling up. And inhale all the way down, possibly through the legs to the toes. Exhaling all the way up above the crown, where we find that connection to all. Inhaling all the way down into that earthiness. Gather it. As you exhale, let it mingle. Let it swirl. Play here. Have some fun through this alignment breath as we align and become that true conduit between heaven and earth. True receivers here now. Just a handful more breaths. Notice if it's easy for you to direct your awareness down as you inhale. Are there any sounds, any colors, any shapes as you exhale? And how about one more just like that? And then dive into your next natural breath here. And notice how you feel. Take a few deep breaths, feeling where you're connected on your mat, on the chair, and on the blanket. A little rock to the back of the skull. And then relax that effort now. From here, feel the right leg. Bring the hands to the thigh and drag the heel so the thigh comes closer to the belly. You can interlace behind it or go grab a hold of your pants and pull them in, or interlace onto the shin. Give just a light little press. Point and flex. A little bit movement back and forth, up and down. And then circle one way. 2 or 3, plenty, and then the other way. Flex that foot and send that heel up, up, up towards the ceiling. And then drag the left behind it. So over to that right side. So it's behind that right thigh. Lay the thigh down on top so that the legs are now crossed. And just feel that experience down into the pelvis as the knees come together. The hips slowly come away. Notice the broadening and widening that's happening in the back of the pelvis. And if that feels delicious, leave it. Or you can drag the heels to one spot towards you. Feel that. Pick another spot towards you and then feel that. And then one more towards you so the thighs might be touching the belly. You'll feel a big squeeze in the hip crease. Maybe the chin is coming way up to the ceiling. And then pick 2 spots all the way back. So let the heels come to one spot. Notice the back of the pelvis. And then let them rest back at the start. Hands can rest on the belly or off to your side. And just notice what you feel in the edges of the pelvis, the back of the pelvis. Where do you feel that sensation? And let's do that again. Pick 3 spots. Pause. Another little hair up. Pause. Maybe one more. Pause. Again, find the practice within the practice in this pause. Notice how you feel. And then relax the calves. Notice where that sensation is in your body. Maybe for you it's your shoulders, the back of the skull, the forehead by the brow to the temples. And what is your breath like? How about one more breath just like that? And then from here, you'll go ahead and bring the arms so that you can clasp hold of that front leg and guide it towards your belly. That left one can go right back home. Point and flex those toes of the right, back and forth. Feel the top of the foot, the sole of the foot. And then circle one way. And then the other. And then relax that calf right beside the other. Arms by your side or on the belly, hands on the belly. And just notice. Notice that right side, right from the top of the bowl of the pelvis, the hip, all the way up to the knee, to the heel. Notice the other side, from the heel to the knee to the hip to hip. Sweep your awareness up to the shoulders. Take that dive into the middle of the brain now. And take a breath right there. Let's come on over to the other side by dragging that left heel towards the end of the chair. Hang on to the edges of the knee or go ahead and clasp hold behind it. A little point and flex, back and forth. Circle, one way. And then the other way. Drag the right leg behind. Flex that left heel, let it guide the way up, 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 nice and tall, long and strong. And then bend that knee and just let it lay right over. Feel the cross. The knees might feel like one is on top of the other, maybe. Feel the outer hips. And how does that feed into your pelvis on this side? What does that feel like? Hands on the top of that lower belly or off to your side? Yogi's choice. Have some fun. Notice your breath. And then when you're ready, we'll pick 3 spots or maybe 2 for you. Find that practice that suits you. Pick the first one as you bend the knees and drag the heels to you. You'll pause. Drag them a little closer to you. Pause. And maybe a little closer. And then pause. Sense the hip crease, the thighs into the belly, and your comfort level here. Might be quite a bit of a squeeze on some bodies. Notice that effortless effort here. Where do you feel that? And then 2 spots back. So you gently drag the heels closer away from the belly. So closer to the back, and then 1 more, and then relax that effort. Notice as the body relaxes in this shape, how that feels on the left side of the pelvis, on the right side of the pelvis, all the way up to the shoulders, to the back of the skull. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And then aha. Let's do that again. Drag the heels to one place, new location. Then you rest. Drag them towards the belly. Rest. And then 1 more spot. Notice what you feel. A little squeeze or a big gigantic squeeze. Have some fun. And how is the body breathing in this shape? Come back home. And then all the way, you pick a few different spots or just all the way. And notice one side of the pelvis. All the way to the other. Notice the shoulders, the middle of the brain. Take a breath in through the nose and out. Take the arms to that top left leg, gather it up. Take the right over to the right, more. Point and flex those left toes. Let them paddle. Circle one way. Notice any dull ache. And then the other direction. Rest that calf right on top of the chair. Arms out by your side or on the belly. And take a few deep breaths as you feel that rest and relaxation all the way through from the hip crease to the knees, from the knees to the toes. Notice the back of the pelvis, all the way through the belly to the shoulders, to the center of the brain here. One more breath in that restful state. Then drag one foot at a time. One foot to the edge of the chair and then the other. Walk them over to the side of the chair and coming over on my right side here. So you might want to follow on your right or not. Let your lower arm be your pillow. Front hand can be like a kickstand right in front of the belly, the heart center. Notice how much you can rest here on your side, the weight coming down. And what does the back of the pelvis feel like now? The back of the shoulders, the neck. After a long held inversion, a beautiful press into that upper triangle, as well as a beautiful press into the back of the pelvis. Like a dam. And now, circulation rushing in. Notice that flow right from the back of the pelvis up into the shoulders, into the middle of the brain. And then from here, you can leave the blanket where it is, or you can use it for a pillow if you'd like. But do take it away from the back of the pelvis for now. And then here, notice the inner knees. Give them a squeeze and a little lift of the top ankle. Hold. Notice the muscles that are switched on. And then relax. Come back into that relaxation where the top leg is resting into the bottom. From here, leave the feet connected and lift that top knee. Anywhere. Maybe it's only to get a piece of paper under it, or maybe a little higher. Feel the muscles responsible, and then relax that effort. Feel that deep relaxation here. Let's do that again, just a little quicker. So the top ankle finds a location, pause, and then relax it down. Feel that relaxation, the breath, and then go ahead and lift the top knee. Let it relax down. Notice that relaxation in the back of the pelvis. And now we'll add on. So you can follow if you'd like, or you can come right back into that simple lift of the ankle, hold and lift of the inner top knee, and then a relaxation. So on your next natural breath, this add-on is like this. Top ankle comes up, hold, leave it there. Inner knee comes up, hold, and then everything comes right down. Relax that effort. We'll come into that again. Top ankle lifts, top knee, top ankle lifts, and then the knee. Come down the same way. Knee first, then ankle, then knee, then ankle, and relax it down. Notice how you feel. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out. And then go ahead and bring the calves to rest here, right onto the chair. Both calves are resting right onto the chair. And notice how that feels. Hands out by your side or on the belly. And just feel for a moment from the calves to the pelvis, from the pelvis to the shoulders, to the back of the skull. Take another breath. And go ahead and drag the heels over to one side and let yourself come on right over to the other side. Use your lower arm as a pillow. Feel that lower edge and just notice what you feel. We can come straight into it on this side. So feel the inner knees press and the top ankle float up. Then relax that effort. 1 or 2 breaths in that relaxed state. Perfect. Feel the inner feet. Let them connect as the inner top knee comes upward. And you hold. Experience the muscles that are switched right on, and then how well they turn right off. And relax. We'll come into that a little quicker. On your next breath, top foot comes up. Relax. Top knee comes up. Hold. And then let it all come downward. Feel that upper hip and all the muscles. We'll come into that add-on. Inner knees stay. Top ankle lifts. Then the inner knee lifts. Then the top ankle, lift, top knee, and then top knee comes down, might come all the way down, yogi's choice. Knee comes down, and then the ankle. And feel and sense where you experience this. We'll do that one more time. The ankle will lift first, then the knee. The ankle comes up, then the knee. We'll come back the same way. Knee comes down first, then the ankle. We're still floating in midair. The knee comes down, then the ankle. You might still be a hair up, and then the knee might find the lower leg now, and then the ankle. Let yourself roll onto your back. The calves can rest on the chair here. You can take the back of your blanket to your shoulders. So your folded blanket now can become your pillow for your Shavasana. So go ahead and bring the blanket so it just touches the shoulders, and the shoulders aren't actually on it. Arms out by your side or on your belly. And for some of you, if you only have one blanket, you can use that as a blanket instead of a pillow. Perfect. You can even bring it as a weight on the pelvis, a little bit of weight coming down. It's so beautiful to relax and feel that support coming down, that warmth coming down. Knuckles heavy maybe, so that the top of the shoulders feel like they're coming down into the floor. A little rock at the back of the skull. And sense and feel the effects of your practice. If there's anyone that you'd love to send this out to, go ahead and breathe in their essence now. And as you exhale, just with that pure intent of giving. And it might be to a family, a community, or the world. You have room for it all. And thank you for your practice. Namaste.